Hello everyone and welcome to another hurricane season. Today is June the 3rd, 2020, and we are here to kick off this tropical or hurricane season. My partner and I, and that is Mike, in the Gulfport, Mississippi area, and myself here in Dauphin Island, Alabama, a small island off the coast of Alabama, have put our eyes on tropical depression now number 3, which could become hurricane or tropical storm Cristobal. So hopefully all is well. I'll throw up some graphics and let everyone know kind of where we're at and what potential we may have to get some weather around this neck of the woods. So hope all is well. Stay safe, stay positive, and check out the graphics. Look forward to a good season. Okay, so here's the standard satellite image for the Gulf of Mexico. You can see tropical disturbance number 3 is located just to the east of the Yucatan Peninsula. I'll switch here to the Doppler here in just a moment. My partner Mike is located here on the Mississippi coast, and myself here in Dauphin Island, Alabama. Alright, so a quick look at the infrared radar. So you can see that this storm is beginning to organize itself, at least somewhat at this point. So we have the center of this low pressure located in this kind of general area. Now, currently, this storm doesn't have a lot of shear or wind steer, I guess you could say. In other words, if we have winds coming in from this direction, or any direction for that matter, it would affect development. However, at this point, it's pretty much just sitting over relatively warm water. So the water here in the Gulf of Mexico area is give or take 81, 82, 83 degrees, somewhere in there. And this early in the season, it can definitely mean big things for an early season storm. So I'll switch to a couple more graphics, but with these cooler cloud tops forming, that is this red type color here, there is a pretty good chance of development, at least into a tropical storm at this point, if not a hurricane. Alright, so here's the last update from the National Hurricane Center. Currently, the center of circulation of this low pressure is indicated around the white circle. As of 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, it was moving west very slowly at 3 miles an hour. So in other words, kind of just meandering around. Sustained winds now at 35 miles per hour. I would expect by the time it gets to the central Gulf of Mexico, that it should be tropical storm strength at that point. So again, I'm just going to draw a quick icon around where Mike and I are located. So Mike is located here in the Mississippi area, and myself just to the east of him in the Alabama area. Alright, so multiple models have this storm basically a guessing game. So the center of circulation shows in the bottom part of this map, and it shows that it's at 1,007 millibars. The pressure has actually dropped to 1,003 millibars. So this was just one of the models, and I'll show you another set of models. But this sequence of models has this storm potentially forming and coming ashore anywhere between, say, Houston, Galveston, Texas area, all the way over to where Mike and I are currently. So we're definitely going to be keeping our eyes on this one. Alright, so here we have another set of models which has this storm forming more of a cone type trajectory, meaning the models are becoming maybe a little bit more in sync with one another. So if that's the case, then what would occur is the center part of circulation would come ashore somewhere within this cone area. But again, if you looked at the other graphic, the cones weren't in unison. So again, we can't pay too much attention to models at this point. Let's say, however, this is the case and it became, say, a minor hurricane or a minimal hurricane. The worst part of the storm is on the eastern side. So if, let's say, this cone or this area of the cone is where the storm came, the brunt of the storm, as Mike and I like to say, would be on the eastern side. So currently, if this cone was correct, then the Mississippi, New Orleans, Louisiana, Mississippi Gulf Coast, or Alabama Gulf Coast, or Florida Panhandle could get some very interesting weather. Alright, here is a few models that predict storm intensity or potential storm intensity. So this goes out 168 hours, which if my math is correct this morning, it's 7 days. So this would take us out 7 days. So a lot of these models have the storm being either a strong tropical storm or at this point, some even have it as being a minimal Category 1 hurricane within 7 days. So if you were watching earlier, the middle of the storm was expected to be in the middle of the Gulf at about that point. So what happens, that far ahead, who's to know? Only time will tell, but it is out there. And anything can really happen. If the water was much warmer, then I think the intensity models would be much higher at this point. But nonetheless, there is weather on the way to somewhere on the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf Coast. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. I get really excited about the weather. I know Mike gets really excited about the weather. Again, we never intend to hopefully have, disastrous weather. We just love the weather and have done it since we were very small here on the Alabama Gulf Coast. So I think that Mike would agree here that our forecast would be that this storm does become a hurricane. The latest forecast I have seen is that strong tropical storm, minimal hurricane upon landfall. I'm going to actually bump it up a little bit. I'm going to shoot for the stars. I'm going to say this storm is a hurricane by 7-8 days out. So today's Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm going to say by Sunday afternoon, Monday morning, 7 days, 8 days from now, that we have a sizable hurricane nearing landfall. So stay safe. If there's any major changes within the next 24, 48 hours, I'll refilm. But otherwise, let's just stay patient and see what happens. Take care. Much love. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace.